Hi guys, I'm gonna tell you my personal narrative. Okay, my personal narrative is about me in my freshman and sophomore year, about how all the mistakes I made and how I really regret them. And I hope that my personal narrative will really help you guys out. And in those kids that are about to go to high school, and that high school is really important. Freshman year is the most important year. Please, please do not be like, oh, I'm not gonna do work because I don't care. No, if you don't do work in freshman year, it will really affect your GPA later on in life, like it did to me. So this is my personal narrative. Okay, my freshman and sophomore year, I went to Steichen High School. It wasn't one of the best high schools you could go to, but it was the only high school I was zoned to. So I had ended up going there. My freshman year, it was alright, but like at the same time, I wasn't like what average kids were doing. For example, my grades were like 80s and 90s. My grades were like 60s, barely to 70s. And back then, I wasn't hanging out with that much bad people, but how do I say this? I just didn't care about my education. I just didn't care about my grades. I wasn't thinking about my future back then because I was like, oh, I still have like 3 more years. I can make it up. But what I didn't realize was that my freshman year is really, really important because that's where it starts. That's when you start with your GPA, and your GPA will help you out a lot in life, or it will mess you up if you don't take advantage of it. So, like I was saying, I was like, I got 3 more years. I can make it up next year, my sophomore year. So, when I finished freshman year, I had all my credits, but my grades were like barely 70s. So, I wasn't really caring about that much. When I got to sophomore year, the first 2 months were good. They were good. But then I met this guy named Chris, and we decided to talk as friends, and we get to know each other more and more. And then in the end, after a while, we decided to go out. And he's my boyfriend. He ends up being my boyfriend. And back then, I wasn't allowed to go out until I was 16, but I broke the rules. So he was pretty much the reason why I started disrespecting my parents, skipping classes, sneaking out of the house, not caring about my grades, like not even going to classes. I will literally get up in the morning, get ready for school, pretend like I'm getting ready for school, get on the bus, but then as soon as the bus drops me out of school, I will walk the other side and like literally just not even go inside the school. And I really wish I was didn't go out with him because he was the main reason why I was being bad. But like I'm saying, you can hang out, but just because you hang out with the bad people doesn't mean you have to be bad too. You can hang out with the worst people in the world, but that does not mean that you're gonna be just like them. That's what I wish I would have in my head back then when I was going out with him. That just because he was bad doesn't mean that I need to be bad too. So like I was saying, it was because of him that I started skipping classes, not even showing up to my classes, not doing anything of my work, not even like sometimes I would even skip class. I remember one time I snuck out of the house. My mom was so mad at me, but I still didn't care. And when she was scolding me, I just was out and I was so mad and I just screamed at her and I cussed at her. And I really wish that I would have watched my mouth back then because I offended my mother, like the lady who gave life to me. But, you know, I had a bunch of bad influences. So then my mom found out that I was being so bad. She saw that I have so many absences, tardies, so she decided to take me out of school and she put me to Humble Christian School. That was the best thing that ever happened to my life because I met really, really nice people. I met Hanaya, Bethany, Lily, Gabe, McKenna, Courtney, and all my teachers. And if it wasn't for them, I would probably be a dropout student by now. Right now, I'm in my junior year. It's really hard, and I remember going like, why do people drop out in their junior year? Like, you're so close. But now that I see why, I'm like, that's why they drop out. Junior year is really hard, but I'm in Humble Christian School, so everything will be okay. And I really want, what do I say? And as soon as I came, oh, sorry, I got off topic. But as soon as I came to Humble Christian School, I was like, I hate the school. It's like the worst thing that ever happened to me. I hate all of y'all with y'all being so close, caring about my life, like mind your own business. But after a while, I got used to it. I started talking to more of my classmates. They turned out being really cool, really nice, really nice, and it's a really good school. And they turned out being really nice. And my grades are a whole lot better than they were in public school. My attitude is so much better. I respect my mom way more. I learn about the what I learned so much things that could help me in life that I wouldn't have learned in public school. And I appreciate what everybody does for me and what my mama did for me. And just letting you know, don't mess up in freshman year. Try to be the best you can. Try to be the best you can. Because freshman year is really important. That was my personal narrative about my freshman and sophomore year. And because those mistakes that I made in freshman and sophomore year, right now I'm really suffering with my GPA because it's really low for a junior, and I really wish that I would have done better. Thank you.